So we're starting now. This is Boomer Amaral, right? You want to be called that?
Yeah, Boomer's fine. Boomer's fine.
And he's going to be running for mayor of
am
Fall
running
River.
for mayor, yep.
Yes. So I have a few questions for you. All right. So my question is, what's your vision for Fall River, especially for young people who are deciding whether to build their future here or move away?
How we doing? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Welcome to
Yeah.
a sign holding.
Yeah.
So my future for the city, for all of them, I'm a single father of 6. My daughter is right here. She's 18 years old. My eldest daughter is 24 years old. So I want everyone to be able to have stuff to do here and be safe here. My outlook for the city is working on public safety first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're
Welcome
good.
to the city.
Yeah.
Working on public safety first and going that route and making sure we can clean up the streets and then building. I want to kind of bring life back to the city where kids can actually want to build here and do things here. I want to take a little bit of like New York's theater district down here, but I also want to bring Boston's F1 Boston and fun stuff down here for like, different crowds. Not everybody's an athlete. Not everybody just wants another restaurant. People want things to do and want to be able to take their kids and do things.
Yeah.
And that college community, that high school age community that's just getting out and kind of like trying to figure things out, we want things for you to do, places that you can go that you are safe, but also you can have a good time, possibly get careers, be an entrepreneur, and open one of these places. I want I want to bring that kind of life back to Fall River.
Yeah, I would love that.
Me too.
So some people see you as an outsider compared to the incumbent, Coogan. So how do you plan to bring real reform, and how will you make sure that you follow through with the promises? I know it's like the hardest challenge.
Transparency. So every week, I want to try to do every week, at minimum every 2 weeks. It won't be any more than that. Where we're going to go live from City Hall and we're going to update everybody on. So City Hall is going to have its own channel where we're going to be able to follow everything. Each department's going to have videos made, videos made, so they can tell people how to do everything.
Yeah.
But transparency, showing people, okay, hey, last week we talked about this at the city council meeting. Here's where the finances stand. Here's who we've talked to so far. Here's what's going on. Keeping people updated is going to not only show them the transparency, but it's also going to hold my team and myself, more importantly, accountable.
Yeah.
And
that's a big thing too. It's like
no more secrets. No more
like if you can't, they're like, if he gets in office, says he's gonna do stuff, and then he gets in, and you might not be able to do everything. At least if you're transparent, it will make it. It's you're not lying to them. You're just can't. No, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly where we stand. Hey, we didn't make any headway yet because we're still waiting on this, whatever it is. But the people are gonna be updated and be able to challenge that and be able to have that. And be like, okay, so he did do this. Okay, we are here. Okay, so who do we got to call next? Yeah. You're not going to call my office and complain. You're going to call Maura Healy's office, complain to her because it's at the state level now, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And those are the things that we're looking at. We want to make sure I'm held accountable. I want the people to know that they can hold me accountable, but I want to be able to hold all of us accountable as well. So we're all doing our part.
Awesome. All right, and I have like 3 more questions, but
go shoot.
There are strong feelings about what's happening in schools. Some families worry about teachers going on beyond academics. So how do you think the city should support education while respecting family values? So like I have an example. My friend has a daughter in middle school here in Fall River, and the daughter was basically like saying that she kind of feels like she might be bi or whatever, and she wasn't sure. And the teacher was like, "Oh, how do your parents support you on that? And if your parents don't support you, you can come to me in secret and we can talk about it." And my friend is a father, and he didn't really like that. So he's like, "Are you going to be able to help with school system, maybe like that kind of stuff? Like, what's your opinion on that? How would you change it?"
As a single father of 6, I'll tell you right now, the school has no right in raising your children. You know, I understand some cases where kids are in DCF care, don't have families, things like that. I understand that, and the teacher's trying to be a parent and trying to care for the child. That's fine, but there's a line, and you need to not cross it. You can't be telling people to do things in secret. Telling kids to keep secrets from their family is how rapes get covered up and how sexual assaults get covered up and how kids start to feel they can't trust at home. I have a feeling that if they talk to their parents, and my daughter was afraid when she came out. My daughter is lesbian, and that's okay, right? But I firmly believe in the whole, there's still male, female, there's still things like that, but that's my belief. What people believe is fine. What kids do is fine. I don't believe as a teacher you should be telling kids, come talk to me in secret. I don't think anybody should be keeping secrets.
You like the transparency. Like
nobody should be telling kids to keep secrets from their family. Be who you want to be. I don't care who you are, whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be, however you want to define yourself, that's on you.
Okay.
But you shouldn't be dictating it for other people's kids, for sure.
The next question I had was roads and infrastructure are a huge concern for residents here in Fall River. How would you use the city budget to improve the day-to-day quality of life?
So the city budget is completely mismanaged, as we know. We're not paying our bills. We're not paying those who work for us. we're friends and family are getting all the jobs in the city, and then all of a sudden the cost is going up, and then we got to pay them more. They're coming down asking for more money. The transparency portion is going to fix that, right? We're going to show exactly. Every department head is going to be accountable and have to come and explain the expenses, but they're also going to have receipts. You don't have receipts for what you're purchasing and what you're paying for, then that's theft in my mind. So they're going to be held accountable in every department, and in doing so, we're going to be able to track the money better. And I guarantee you, when we start tracking the money, that frivolous spending is going to slow down and almost stop.
Yeah.
Because people are going to actually be held accountable. Your job's on the line now. There's no more, hey, I'm paying this guy to pay this guy and funneling money to here. For instance, we got excise taxes almost $8.3 million a year, but yet we're only using $5 million. So another 3.2 going into the general fund and just disappears, right? We're not doing that anymore. You're going to know exactly where that money's going, or it's going to be held into accounts where we can utilize it for what it's for. Or we're going to have to hire more people and get the job done.
Yeah.
So this way the money is spent and the work is done. That's how that's going to have to work.
Perfect. So my final biggest question is,
Go for it.
if we're a college student, because I have a lot of college students in my audience that watch my YouTube channel. They live here in Fall River. So if they're a college student or a first-time voter, why should they vote for you? And what would be the reason for why they vote? Like, if there's some of them who don't vote at all, why should they go out and vote, and why should they vote for you?
Well, one thing right now, if you don't vote or you're not registered to vote, today is the last day to register. So I highly suggest you get online and you register to vote today. That's one. And your livelihoods depend on it. You're going to come into this real world. You're going to be the one paying the higher taxes. You're going to be the one that drives around on these streets, getting the flat tires, and your car's getting ruined. Your insurance is already high as a young student, things like that. All these costs add up. This man has been in office for 6 years. He's had more money than any mayor has ever gotten in history, between ARPA funds, pandemic money, all this stuff, right? And our budget is over $500 million. Yet we have the highest crime we've ever had under this mayor in the last 6 years. We have the lowest education level. We're ranked 320 out of 356 in school districts in Massachusetts. So we're failing exponentially there. And then you look at our taxes are the highest they've ever been. And what do we have to show for it? We have the highest homeless problem we've ever had, the highest rapes we've ever had. Rapes are up 29%. So as a father of 3 daughters, my daughters are more likely to get raped than someone getting murdered. In his eyes, that's okay.
That's crazy.
That's not okay, right? So when you look at these things and people not holding people accountable, and we're just handpicking certain people, putting them in positions to protect them and keep their secrets hidden, and the sexual assaults in the schools, the money laundering, all these lawsuits that are coming out, that's your tax dollars. These are the things we're going to expose, and we're going to make sure that people are afraid again of the law. People are afraid to go and do these things because they're not going to get away with it. They're not going to get to resign and get their pensions and go off into the wind and hide it in your tax dollars. We're not raising your taxes to cover his family and friends' lawsuits for sexual assaults. We're not doing that. So this election is the most important. And then you got the waterfront, you got Flint neighborhood, the South End. All these places are being deteriorated, and all they're worried about is making millions of dollars off our waterfront by selling it out to their friends with tips and ties and giving it to them for free. There's no tax money coming from that.
No, yeah.
You're still going to front that bill. So when you go and buy a house and you go and do whatever you're going to do, your excise taxes go up. This is why. Why are your excise taxes going up if we're not even spending the $8.2 million that we already get?
It doesn't make any
If anything, they should go down $3 million because we're not spending more than $5 million. So if anything, they owe you money.
Yeah.
And these are the things we're going to start looking at in depth.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, thank you so much.
No, you're very welcome. If any questions, feel free to reach out. You have my number. You have my social media.
Yeah.
If any students reach out, if they have questions that come up, feel free to send them my way. Obviously, it's a busy week. It's the week before election, so we're going to be out here every day, out here doing all this stuff.
So feel free to come see him. Right?
If you want to come and hold signs, you want to come ask questions while we're holding signs, we'll be out. Reach out to me. But I definitely recommend, no matter whether you like me or not, get out and vote. It's your right. Go out there and exercise your rights for sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.